Namaste friends. In Final Punch Kcet 2020 series, this is the last chapter. So all for second PUC and first PUC chapters got over. This is the last chapter I am going to discuss about. The synopsis first we will discuss. Till now, if you have not taken these colorful handwritten notes, you have to adjust with my handwriting. That is you have to do. But last minute revision, it will definitely help you. If you have not taken, please download Telegram app in your mobile, and link is given in the description box. That is the group link. So after downloading this, if you click on that link, definitely it will direct you to my group, and there you can see all these previous year all the chapters, colorful notes. And for last minute preparation for CET, it is very, very helpful, that I can assure you. Yes. In this case, we know that solid, liquid and gas, three states of matter is present. So fourth one is present, that is plasma state, which is in the sun and the stars. So in this particular case, remember here, temperature at which all the three states coexist is called as triple point. Remember, triple point means temperature at which all three states are coexist. For example, for the water, it is 0.01 degree Celsius. Then intermolecular force of attraction present are generally van der Waals force of attraction. In van der Waals force of attraction, there are so many types. First one, London force or dispersion force. So these are the force present among, only this point you remember, present among non-polar atoms or molecules. For example, helium or Cl2 molecules. And remember, magnitude of these forces increase with increase in the size and decrease in the branching. Increase in the size and decrease in the branching. Remember that point. Second one, dipole-dipole forces. So dipole-dipole forces present between molecules of having permanent dipole moment. Remember HCl, HCl, NH3, NH3, SO2, SO2, like that. These are the strongest van der Waals forces. Dipole-induced dipole forces, remember, between polar and non-polar molecule. This is polar-polar, polar-non-polar, and this is non-polar-non-polar. Remember, so between HCl, N2, NH3, S2, like that. Ion-induced dipole present between ion and polar molecule. So ion and non-polar molecule. Ion and a non-polar molecule. For example, I minus in I2. Remember that. These are the four type of forces. Then thermal energy means what? Thermal energy which is associated with the movement. So it is the energy of a body arising from motion of its atoms or ions or molecules. Generally what happens is when you increase the temperature of the system, of the gas, the molecule movement increases, hence thermal energy increases. Then these 2 points you remember, very important. Intermolecular forces is in the order. Solids more than liquids more than gases for intermolecular force, and thermal energy, remember, gas molecule movement will be more, so that is, hence it is more than the liquids than the solids. Then gaseous state. Gaseous states, remember, measurable properties of the gases. So these are the measurable property. Mass can be calculated in kg, volume is in liter or meter cube or cm cube or dm cube, temperature in degree Celsius or Kelvin. Conversion, remember, Kelvin is equal to temperature in degree Celsius plus 273.15. Pressure is in atmosphere, mmHg, torr, bar, cm, etc. Then first law, Boyle's law, and its mathematical expression I have given. Only remember these, very, very important point. Boyle's law, at constant pressure, remember, volume of the same mass of a gas, constant mass of a gas or given mass of a gas, inversely proportional to pressure. Very simple. At constant temperature, volume inversely proportional to pressure. Hence I can write P into V is equal to constant, P1 V1 equal to P2 V2, or log, if you apply log P plus log V is equal to constant. So this is Boyle's law. Charles' law, V proportional to T at constant pressure. Volume directly proportional to temperature at constant pressure. V by T is equal to constant, I can write. Apply log on this side. So log on both sides. Log V minus log T is equal to log K. So log V, if I write log V is equal to log K plus log T. So this can also be written as D of ln V divided by dt is equal to 1 by T. V1 by T1 equal to V2 by T2, or Vt is equal to V0 plus T divided by 273.15. Remember, this is the basic you have to remember. Then Gay-Lussac's law, P proportional to T at constant volume. See, very simple. Constant pressure, V proportional to P. Constant pressure, constant temperature, V proportional to P. Constant pressure, V directly proportional to T. Constant volume, P proportional to T. P1 by T1 equal to P2 by T2. That is Gay-Lussac's law. Then Avogadro's law. Avogadro's law is nothing but at same temperature and pressure, volume of given mass of a gas is directly proportional to number of moles. Remember? So, number of moles directly proportional to volume. Then Dalton's law of partial pressure, important. Remember? So, total pressure is equal to partial pressure, sum of the partial pressure of the all the gases which is present. P1 plus P2 plus P3, so on. Remember one thing, at constant temperature, partial pressure of the gas can be directly calculated as P is equal to partial pressure is equal to total pressure into mole fraction. X is, remember, mole fraction. So this will help you in solving some problems. Remember that partial pressure is equal to total pressure into mole fraction. Then in some cases, partial pressure of the wet gas, how to calculate? Wet gas is equal to partial pressure of the dry gas plus partial pressure of the water vapor, remember. So water vapor, if you want, water vapor is also called as aqueous tension, remember, aqueous tension. Then percentage of gas in the mixture can be calculated as partial pressure of the gas divided by total pressure into 100. Very important point. Then Graham's law of diffusion, once it was asked question on this. So remember, so under similar conditions of temperature and pressure, rate of diffusion of the gases inversely proportional to square root of their molecular mass or density. Very important. So rate of diffusion of any gases inversely proportional to root of this, remember, inversely proportional to the square root of their molecular mass or square root of their density. Root of 1 by m or 1 by root m or 1 by root d. For two different gases, remember, R1 by R2 is equal to root of D2 by D1 is equal to M2 by M1. Remember this formula also, which means you can say rate of diffusion inversely proportional to molecular mass or density. Then Boyle's law, graphical representation. Once you see this, generally if they ask any question, they have not asked you till now, if they ask by giving the graph which is correct for Boyle's law, so you have to identify. See, V proportional to P, so it's as the pressure increases, volume decreases. V proportional to 1 by P, it is 1 by P, so don't confuse here, 1 by P, so as 1 by P increases, volume increases. Then P and P into V, if you take, P into V is constant, right? So P into V is equal to constant, hence P into V is parallel to x-axis. Log P against log 1 by B, if I take, as log 1 by B increases, log P increases, and you are going to get the intercept. This is Boyle's law. Then for Charles' law. Charles' law, remember, V proportional to T, as T increases, volume increases. Then here, T is in degrees Celsius I have taken, so volume. So if you consider like this P1, P2, P3, P4, generally what happens is P4 is more than P3, more than P2, more than P1. So this is the point important, remember. Then, so if you consider T in degree Celsius and volume, then remember if I, this particular line which is touching this 0, and if I continue that line, remember it will touch it minus 273 degrees Celsius, remember. So minus 273 degrees Celsius is nothing but 1 Kelvin, remember that. 0 Kelvin, because 0 degrees Celsius means 273 Kelvin. So minus 273 means 0 Kelvin. Ideal gas equation, very simple. PV is equal to nRT when n and R is constant. P1 V1 by T1 equal to P2 V2 by T2. Then value of R gas constant, remember. So already we will use these in the different instances. Remember, R is equal to 0.0821 liter atmosphere, 0.83 liter bar. 8.314 is the famous one, joule per Kelvin per mole, and 8.314 Newton meter per Kelvin per mole. Generally what happens is if the pressure term is present in the formula, then we have to go for R value, this one or this one. Generally if you remember, Kp is equal to Kc into RT to the power delta n. So there R we are going to take this or this depending on the pressure. But here W is equal to minus 2.303 nRT log V2 by V1. That is in case of the thermodynamics we have seen. That is W is there, joule energy. So 8.314 you have to consider. Then relation between density, pressure and the molar mass. Very simple. Remember, this P is equal to derivation also you can see in the textbook. You can understand. P is equal to dR divided by M. RT nothing but is equal to PV. So, in this particular case, remember, so D is equal to, if I write D is equal to PM divided by RT. PM divided by RT. Remember, when M and R is constant, then D proportional to P by T. Remember, D proportional to P by T. Temperature, density, inversely, pressure directly. Now, kinetic theory of gases. Remember some postulate already. You know that every gas consists of a large number of small particles called molecules. Volume occupied by the gas molecule negligible compared to total volume of the gas. Pressure of the gas due to the collision of the gas molecules on the walls of the container. So there is no force of attraction or repulsion between the gases, and average kinetic energy of gas molecule directly proportional to absolute temperature. No such question will be asked on this kinetic theory of postulates, remember, but you have to know that. Then kinetic gas equation can be written as PV is equal to 1 by 3 mn c square or 1 by 3 mn this mu square. This mu is nothing but, remember, RMS velocity. Root means square velocity. So m is mass of the each molecule, n is number of the total molecule, and c or mu is equal to RMS velocity. Remember this. Then different types of molecular speeds. See, different types of molecular speeds. First one, RMS velocity. So on this the question was asked once. Remember that. These two, most probable speed and average speed, is not necessary, but I will tell you for NEET also it will helpful. Root means square velocity. Directly remember the formula. Mu is equal to root of 3RT by M. RT nothing but PV. Hence I can write it also, remember. So 3P divided by T. So 3RT divided by M, or mu is equal to root of 3RT divided by, here also 3RT it is there. It should be, both it is same only. So hence I have to write it as, so 3 PV divided by M. Both are same, hence it is not necessary. So because RT, PV is equal to NRT, so PV is equal to RT, I can write RT here PV, 3 PV divided by M, or it also can be written as, remember, if you substitute the density formula PM divided by RT here, then you will get mu is equal to root of 3P divided by T. But you remember this, mu of RMS velocity, nothing but RMS velocity is inversely proportional to molecular mass. M is molar mass, D is density here. So remember this formula, mu is equal to root of 3RT divided by M. Most probable velocity. So most probable velocity, UMP we will call it as. So most probable velocity, speed possessed by the maximum number of fraction. So speed possessed by the maximum fraction of the gas molecules at given temperature. Remember, it is UM. Adjust with my handwriting. So speed possessed by the maximum fraction of the gas molecule at given temperature is called as UMP. So, or it is also alpha. Hence it is given as alpha is equal to root of 2RT by M. Here it is 3RT by M. Remember that. Then average speed can be given it as UAV, average. So it is the average of the speeds of different molecules in a gas at particular temperature. Remember, this is the average of the speeds of the different molecule in a gas at a particular temperature. So V1, V2, V3 are the speeds of N1, N2, N3 molecule. Then we can give it as, it's the average. Remember, N1, V1 plus N2, V2 plus N3, V3 so on, divided by N1 plus N2 plus N3. This can also be given as, so root of 8RT divided by pi into M. Pi into M. Remember this relation between, only for NEET it is, relation between different types of speed. 1 is to 1.128 is to 1.224. UMP is to UAV, this most probable speed, average velocity, and RMS velocity is in the ratio 1 is to 1.128 is to 1.224. Then this graph, remember these two graphs, it was asked in 2015 CET question. Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution curve we call it as. So this curve indicates it's a graph of fraction of molecules with given speed against molecular speed. So generally what happens is molecular speed, fraction of molecule increases, then it decreases. So this will give you most probable speed. More than this, the important is this one, you can say fraction of molecule against molecular velocity or molecular speed if I draw at two different temperature. At two different temperature, generally here you can see at lower temperature, fraction of molecule is less. Because generally at lower temperature velocity will be, so in this case fraction of molecule is less here at lower temperature. At higher temperature, remember T2, fraction of molecule increases. This is the most probable velocity, it is most probable speed. So fraction of molecule increases then decreases, it is F2. Remember, in the according to this graph, Maxwell's Boltzmann distribution curve, T1 more than T2, T1 more than T2, V1 more than V2, we know that V1 more than V2, F2 more than F2, F2 more than F2. Remember this. So remember this equation, this graph, T1 more than T2, V1 more than V2, F2 more than F2, F2 more than F1. Then ideal gas. Ideal gas is nothing but the gas which obeys gas laws under all conditions of temperature and pressure. So very important, none of the common gases are ideal gas. Ideal gas is imaginary, remember that. Gas tend to attain ideal behavior at low pressure and high temperature. These part very, very important, remember. So the question can be asked like, the gases deviate from the real to the ideal behavior when? So see here, in this particular case, the gases which deviate to the ideal behavior, low pressure and high temperature, which means the gases can become or behave like ideal gas only at low pressure and high temperature. Then real gases which does not obey gas laws. Gases tend to attain real behavior at high pressure and low temperature. So conclusion is that you see, the gases which deviate from ideal behavior condition, they will give 4 condition: high temperature, low pressure, low temperature, high pressure, like that. Remember, the gases which deviate from ideal behavior towards real gas behavior, high pressure and low temperature. So always remember, gases which deviate from ideal behavior, high pressure, low temperature, the gases tend to attain ideal behavior at low pressure and high temperature. Then real gases deviate from ideal gas behavior because of 2 wrong assumptions, remember. So the reason here, none of the common gases are ideal gas. The reason for that is 2 postulates in the kinetic theory of gases. One of the postulate tells that actual volume of the gas is negligible compared to total volume. Actually, we cannot neglect here. We cannot neglect here. This is also leads to the total volume. So this is the one wrong assumption. There is no force of attraction, or you can say there is a negligible force of attraction between or repulsion between the gas molecule. This is also, no, it's a wrong statement, wrong postulates according to kinetic theory of gases. The reason for that is, remember, all the gases can be liquefied at the different temperature. Correct? We can liquefy that gas. The meaning is that, remember, there is a force of attraction. If there is no force of attraction, it is not at all possible. But there is a possibility is there in the real gases. So hence, these are the 2 postulate which is not followed by real gases. Remember, because of this reason, ideal gases deviate towards the real gases, or you can say real gases deviate from ideal behavior because of these 2 reasons. Then compressibility factor. Extent of deviation can be explained by compressibility factor. Z is equal to PV divided by nRT. Remember, for ideal gas, this is also asked in the recent exam CET. For ideal gas, PV is equal to nRT, which means Z is equal to 1. For ideal gas, Z is equal to 1. For real gas, Z is not equal to 1. 2 possibility. One is less than 1, one is more than 1. Less than 1 means gas is more compressible. More than 1 means gas is less compressible. I will show you in this graph, you can see. See here, this is a graph of Z against P. See, this is Z is equal to 1. Ideal gas behavior. Now you can see some gases like helium and hydrogen, it will deviate from the pressure like this. Which means these 2 gases, we know that hydrogen, helium cannot be liquefied easily. I am not telling cannot be possible. Possibility mein illa anta alla. Ide, but it is very less. The reason for that is Z is more than 1. Z is less than 1, you can say these 2 gases can be liquefied easily. Z is less than 1. Hence remember these 2 points. Less than 1, compressible easily. More than 1, it is not compressible. So remember that. Then, if I consider Z against P by taking a 2 different temperature, here I will show you. These are all the gases called as real gases. When this graph will become equal to this parallel to x-axis graph, then we can say that is ideal behavior. The meaning is that, see, T1 is more than T2, more than T3, more than T4. So this temperature, it is more. Because of that, it is nearer to the ideal behavior. Temperature is more, real, it will nearer to the ideal behavior. See, ideal behavior, high temperature needed. Ideal behavior to attain, high temperature is needed. So T4, very low temperature. Very low temperature means it will attain this particular ideal gas. It is almost not possible because this much temperature is less. But this is T1 is more temperature, hence this can attain very easily. Hence, if you don't remember this, you have to remember this. Remember that. So, very easy to remember. Gases tend to attain ideal behavior at low pressure and high temperature. That can be proved by this particular graph. Then Van der Waals equation, P plus An square by V square into V minus NB is equal to nRT. In first PUC theory exam also you have written, I know that. A and B are the Van der Waals constant and value depends upon the nature of the gas. Remember, value depends upon nature of the gas. Then critical temperature, critical pressure, critical volume. See, critical temperature is nothing but temperature above which gas cannot be liquefied. The temperature below which gas can be liquefied. The meaning is that, remember, no matter whatever the pressure you apply. For example, CO2 is having critical temperature 31.1 degrees Celsius. What is the meaning? Remember, by applying suitable pressure, 31.1 degrees Celsius, above this temperature, you cannot liquefy. Which means 35 degrees Celsius, carbon dioxide never be liquefied. But below this temperature, any temperature, it can be liquefied. Which means this is the highest temperature at which gas can be liquefied. Remember, 31.1 degree is the highest temperature for carbon dioxide at which gas can be liquefied. Then, as critical temperature decreases, liquefaction of the gas decreases. We know that critical temperature, if it is more, liquefaction become very easy. Critical temperature is less, liquefaction is less. For example, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen having very less critical temperature. Hence, remember this, the compression is very, very difficult. But these CO2, Cl2, NH3, SO2, etc. having more critical temperature which can be liquefied easily. Then critical pressure. Critical pressure is nothing but pressure required to liquefy a gas at its critical temperature. Critical temperature is very important. At that temperature, whatever the pressure you apply, that is critical pressure. At that pressure and temperature, the gas occupied the volume called as critical volume. At this temperature and pressure, gas occupied the volume that is called as critical volume. Volume occupied by 1 mole of the gas at critical temperature and pressure. Finally, liquid state. Only remember these 4 points. Vapor pressure. Pressure exerted by the vapors of the liquid in equilibrium with the liquid surface of the liquid at a particular temperature. Remember, vapor pressure directly proportional to temperature. Vapor pressure inversely proportional to intermolecular forces. Generally, intermolecular forces are less means gaseous state. Gaseous state means vapor pressure will be highest. So, directly proportional to temperature. Then boiling point. Temperature at which this vapor pressure of the liquid become equal to the atmospheric pressure. Very, very important. Boiling point, temperature at which vapor pressure of the liquid become equal to the atmospheric pressure. Remember, if the external atmospheric pressure is less, boiling point less. If the external atmospheric pressure is more, boiling point is more. The reason, because of this reason, remember, on mountains, water boils at less than 100 degrees Celsius. So, inside the sea level, water boils at more than 100 degrees Celsius. The reason for that is, external pressure is more, boiling point is more. External pressure is less, boiling point is less. Then surface tension. The force acting on the surface of the liquid at right angles to any line of the 1 centimeter length. Remember, surface tension is nothing but the force acting on the surface perpendicular to the line also you can call it as. So, of right angles to the any line of the 1 centimeter length. For example, this SI unit you remember, Newton per meter, important. Surface tension, inversely proportional temperature, so directly proportional temperature, directly proportional to external pressure, inverse proportional temperature, viscosity, the internal resistance to flow. Internal resistance to flow of the liquids, remember, SI unit is Pascal second or Newton second per meter square. So, viscosity is also inversely proportional to temperature. So, this is about the synopsis part of the states of matter. Now, we will discuss some important questions in this case. Yes. States of matter. See, very simple. If you perfect with the synopsis part, questions are very simple. And you can see here, every year one question is asked generally. 19-1, 18-1, 17-1, 16-1, 15-1, like that. Right. Which of the following equation does not represent the Charles law? See, which of the following does not represent the Charles law? We know that V by T is equal to K. We know that, correct? So, when you apply log here, so log V minus log T is equal to log K. Nothing but log V is equal to log K plus log T is also correct. So, but log K is equal to log V plus log T is wrong. Remember, hence the answer for this question should be this. And this already we have written. So, if you want clarification, see here. In this case, see log V minus log T is equal to log K. Hence that log V is equal to log K plus log T also we can write. D of ln V divided by dt is equal to 1 by T. Hence the answer for this question is log K is equal to log V plus log T. For an ideal gas, very simple, compressibility factor is how much? Yes, very good, 1, very good. The presence of real gases is less than that of, pressure of the real gases is less than that of the ideal gas because of. Pressure of the real gases is less due to than that of the ideal gas because of, remember, increase in kinetic energy of the molecule. Remember, if the increase in kinetic energy, pressure should be more. So kinetic energy more. Number of collision, pressure should be more. Hence, these are not the answer. Then intermolecular attraction and finite size of the molecule. Remember, very small particle size will be there. Finite size of the molecule is wrong. So the answer is intermolecular force of attraction. So two postulates which is not applicable for real gases we have explained. Correct? That is, total volume is negligible to individual volume, that is one, and intermolecular force of attraction is not present. So here real gases are having intermolecular force of attraction. Hence remember, this pressure of the real gas is less. Answer is B. Now, liquid can exist only at, very simple question it is. Oh, even a child can tell the answer. Liquid is present only at between triple point and critical point. If you are not understood, leave it. At any temperature above melting point. Salpa confuse ಆಗ್ತದೆ, correct? After melting point it will be in the liquid. Now you will see another option also. Between melting point and critical point, wrong. Between melting point and boiling point, which is the answer. See, here at any temperature above melting point is given. See, for example, ice, 0 degree, it is melting point, correct? At any temperature means 200 degree if you consider for water, that is gas. Hence remember, you cannot say this is the answer. So answer for this question is D. Between melting point and boiling point is the exact answer. I told you 2015 this question was asked. So Maxwell-Boltzmann curve, velocity, fraction of molecule against molecular velocity, it was given. So you can see here, instead of this I will show you this graph only. This graph only which I have written clearly. So according to that graph you can tell the answer. Correct? So now in this case, option C, F1 is more than F2. See, F1 is more than F2. Correct they want. Which of the following is correct? F1 is more than F2. If you see this graph also, you can easily tell. Definitely F2 is more than F1, correct? F2 is more. So this is not the answer. V1 is less than V2. See, V1 is less, they are asking. This is increasing in this way. One can easily tell. This is not the answer. T2 more than T1, T1 more than T2. One can easily tell these two eliminate. These two options you can eliminate very easily, because T2 more than T1, T1 more than T2. Out of 2, 1 should be the answer, no? Hence. So T2 more than T2. You see, T2 more than T1, T1 more than T2. Which is answer? Remember here, T1 more than T2. So I will show you. See, T1 more than T2. So T1 is more than T2. Remember that point. So correct is this one. Sixth one, density of CO is maximum at. Density of CO is maximum at 4 temperature, pressure and temperature is given. Then how can you calculate? See, we have a formula, correct? D is equal to PM divided by RT. See, R is constant, M is constant, same molecule, this is given. Same molecule, so M and R both are constant, P by T will take. T proportional to P by T. Now what we will do, we will calculate. D is equal to, first for A option, 2 divided by 600. So, 2 divided by 600, almost you will get 0. In this case 003 you are going to get. Correct? So, in this particular case 0.003 you are going to get. Right. So, B option you can say 0.5 divided by 273. So 500 by 273 if you take also. So you are going to get almost 002. Correct? 0.002 you will get. 500 divided by 273 also you can take. C, 6 divided by 1092. Definitely it will not be the answer. Because you are going to get almost 6000 by 1092 if you do also. 6000 divided by 1092. Almost 0.0055 like that you will get. Then D, 4 divided by 500. 4 divided by 500 means 400 by 500 into 4000 divided by 500. You are going to get 0.008. 0.008. 0.008 is high. Correct? So answer for this question is D. The statement that is incorrect. See, compressibility factor measures the deviation of real gas from ideal behavior. Correct? Van der Waals constant A measures the extent of intermolecular attraction of forces or real gases. That is also correct, because Van der Waals constant, I told A and B depending on the nature of the gas. So, critical temperature is the lowest temperature at which liquefaction of the gas occurs. Correct? Critical temperature is the lowest temperature at which liquefaction of the gas occurs. For example, carbon dioxide, critical temperature is 31.1 degrees Celsius. What is the meaning? This is the highest temperature at which the liquefaction occurs. This is not the lowest temperature, this is the highest temperature. Hence remember, answer for this question is C. Boil point depending on the nature of the real gas, it is correct one. Remember, boil temperature is depending on the nature of the real gas only. The last question 2013, 2014, 2014, 2013 it is. So which of the following gases has the highest value of RMS velocity at 298 Kelvin? So very simple question. So already I have told mu of RMS inversely proportional to molecular mass. Correct? Inversely proportional to molecular mass. That you can see here. Already I have explained. So inversely proportional to molecular mass. See. RMS velocity mu is equal to root of 3 RT divided by m. RMS is the inverse proportional to m. So which is having lowest m, that is having highest density. Right? Highest RMS velocity. Lowest m. So CH4 is 16. Definitely C and O means it is more. 12 plus 16. So both are same. So this should be the answer. CH4, lowest is CH4 only. So the answer for this question is A. Remember. So this completes so states of matter chapter, and also remember the whole syllabus of first PUC and second PUC under final punch 2020 Kcet series. Thank you for watching. Share to your friends. Subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day.